Now, how did you get popular?
I'm pretty wild. I started on Twitter, and I kind of just post whatever I feel or whatever I want. I think I look good. I'm not shy. I post pictures like whatever, dressing room, this, that, dancing around, So I started to become like really popular on Instagram and Twitter. Of course, like, shout outs and other pages like, look at this girl. And it just went from there. Next thing you know, I had like all these different like magazines hitting me up like, we want to shoot with you, we want to work with you. And so I'm like, okay. So I like slowly but surely started getting into like the modeling industry, and it just like took off from there.
Now, speaking of Instagram, how crazy is your Instagram?
Um, my Instagram is wild. It used to be real crazy to the point where I would get like those flag notifications like all the time. And once I like got past 100K followers, I realized like you will get fucking deleted. And so I had to like tone it down. So now I try not to post anything ratchet. I don't really do any twerk videos. I don't do too much on there. I post every now and then just something sexy just to keep it alive, but I kind of toned it down a little bit.
Now, do you have an Instagram strategy?
No, not really. Honestly, I just post when I feel like it. I just post when I feel like it. People give me shout outs like randomly. All of a sudden, my page will be booming, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'll be like, oh, this person gave me a shout out. Okay, cool. Like this photographer, this magazine, or this other model, like stuff like that. So that kind of like builds a following. But aside from that, I'm not one of those Instagram for dummies. Like, you know what I mean? Posting this, 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 this. It's just natural.
What IGs get the biggest response from you? Like what posts?
I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, the posts that get the most response from me are just my real posts. And it's like me just chilling or in the locker room at the strip club, whatever. When I post like professional images, like really like nice photography, you know what I mean? It doesn't get that many likes. Like I could post for the cover of Maxim, okay, and post it. It'll get 500 likes. I could post right now, Think, it'll get 1,500 likes. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like these people don't appreciate like the good shit. But I guess they just like the realness of like the regular posts. They know that I'm a model. So when they see the professional pictures, they're like, yeah, we know, whatever. We want to see you though.
Now, how crazy are your direct messages, your DMs?
Dick pics, jacking off, porn, people having sex. I have a no tolerance dick pic, or I don't play that shit. I hate it. I think it's just so gross. Like when guys send a dick pic, it almost will make me feel the same way as if I was walking down the street and a guy just pulled his dick out. Like that's illegal and that's nasty. So when guys send those, no response, immediate block. So to anyone that follows me, send a dick pic and you're out of here.
What's probably the worst dick pic you ever seen, or the one that turned you off the most?
It was like really, really, really small, and I didn't realize that it was a dick pic at first. Okay, I'm like, why would this guy take a picture of his hand, or what is that? And I'm like looking, you can't zoom in, so I'm like looking like, and then I'm like, block, 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 block.
Now, what about people hollering at you? What do you like,
So annoying.
what types of groups of people do you get hollering at you?
All different types. I get children, like under 15. I get bums, like straight up bums. I get celebrities. I get athletes. I've had a few actors. We're not gonna say any names. I don't play those games. Um, I get all kinds of stuff. What really irks me the most are the guys that are like, "Yeah, I really want to get to know you," but I'm just like, "Come on, dude. Like, let's look at the realization here. Do you really think I'm gonna be like, oh yes, of course, you out of a 200 plus thousand people, yeah, I choose you. I just want to be with you. Like, why would anybody just do that? You know what I mean? So I feel like when guys try to come at me in my DMs, they should, I don't know, be a little more strategic or with what they say. You can't just be like this regular guy, like, hey, let's be together. Like, what is that,
Now, what type of athletes do you get?
Um,
Basketball,
I would say
football, soccer?
I would say mostly football. Yeah.
And then out of all the different types of, I guess, celebrities that you get, musicians, rappers, athletes, maybe other celebrities like you mentioned, actors or whatever, what do you think you get the most of? Maybe more musicians, maybe more athletes?
More athletes. More athletes.
Now, I know you said, no names, but have there been anybody that's hit you that's really surprised you, that's hollered at you? Or no one really on your radar, you were really...
One thing about me is, like, I'm from Seattle, but I moved to LA, like, the moment I turned 18. So every time we're going out, we're with celebrities, or we're in a table with celebrities, or we're, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really a starstruck person. So anybody could hit me up, like, even like someone that's super on top, and I wouldn't be like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It would just be like, okay, well, that's what's up. So I'm not anyone in particular that I was just like falling on my knees for. I'm just like, oh, that's cool. He's a cool person, you know?
Now, what about your Snapchat? Is that worse?
Snapchat is worse. Yeah, Snapchat is worse. And I'm kind of just getting into Snapchat. But people on there are just really gross. And it's just hard to use. Like, Instagram is a little bit easier. You could just click the little icon and see the profile. Like, Snapchat is like, I have to, like, add this person and then go through the list of people and then see if they actually posted something to see, like, who they are and what kind of content they're posting. Because I have people that hit me on Snapchat like, hey stranger, and I'm like, who are you? And it might be somebody that I actually do know, but I'm not going through all those hoops and loops to see who it is, you know?
Now let me ask you this. What's probably been your most strangest booking request thus far?
I get a lot of requests for, like, what do we call it? Like dominatrix stuff. I have had like a few people request, like, they want me to like pee on them and poop on them and stuff like that, or like beat them up. So I think that's pretty strange, but it's a strange thing, but it's not unknown. You know what I mean? I'm a dancer, so I know about that life. I get some clients like in the strip club that get VIP like champagne rooms with me and want me to beat them up. And I get it all the time. So it's not like a thing that I've never heard of, but I think it's weird. Like, why would you want to get shit on? But whatever floats their boat.
Now, speaking of social media, has it been a problem for you as far as maybe prostitutes stealing your pictures?
This actually just happened, and it bothers me a lot. I hate catfishers. I just don't understand it. It makes no fucking sense to me. And this recently just happened. I've been seeing like my images on all types of like Backpage, Craigslist, some strange sites, like things that I've never even heard of. I've been seeing my pictures. Like, a friend of mine has an image search like program on his computer. And so I told him, like, can you image search my pictures? He's like, whoa, like pages and pages and pages, more than I ever knew. And I actually just did this like a couple days ago. I had a strange guy hit me up in my emails way back, like telling me about a photo shoot for a brand, whatever. So that's how he got my contact information. Now in recent times, he's contacted me on some whole other shit that I'm not into, and I just keep ignoring him. So he decided to steal pictures off my Instagram and put them on a escort site. Then he sends a screenshot of the escort profile he made to my best friend, like, oh, look at your girl, she's on this site, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to my best friend, Shelly Golden. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude, you made that. Then he sent the same one to me, like, yeah, can I book you for $800? And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, just games. Yeah, I don't market myself that way. Anybody that wants to reach me knows how to reach me. I don't post my images on any escort sites whatsoever. Like, that's just not the route I take. So if you see me on there, you're going to show up and it's not going to be Chanel Ayana.